What if the key to unlocking your highest potential was hidden in something as simple as your breath? Sounds almost too easy, right? Yet most people spend their lives trapped in stress, forcing results, and overlooking the one tool that could shift everything: breath mastery. Here's the truth. Your breath isn't just keeping you alive, it's the control panel of your consciousness, the bridge between the seen and unseen, and the ultimate access point to limitless transformation. If you've struggled to manifest, break free from old cycles, or feel truly aligned, the issue isn't willpower, it's energy flow. Breathwork is the missing link that ancient sages, modern scientists, and mystics have understood for centuries. Refine it, slow it, and reality itself starts shifting in your favor. But here's the paradox. True breakthroughs don't come from force. They emerge when the breath softens to the point where thought dissolves and you enter the void. That's where the real magic begins. Intrigued, you should be, because what you're about to learn isn't another self-help trick or spiritual trend. It's a systematic approach to mastering reality from the inside out. Once you tap into this power, everything changes. 1. The hidden yogic secret. Breath as the key to reality mastery. Somewhere in the remote Himalayas, yogis sat in deep meditation, not moving, not blinking, just breathing. But they weren't just inhaling air, they were absorbing prana, the life force that shapes reality itself. To them, breath was more than survival. It was the secret code to unlocking inner power. By learning to control it, they could shift from ordinary awareness to higher consciousness, where limits cease to exist. These masters didn't just believe in breathwork, they proved its power. Some could generate heat in freezing temperatures, while others slowed their heart rates to near death-like states. Their secret, precision in breathing, syncing each inhale and exhale to manipulate their energy fields. What we call reality was, to them, a flexible illusion, shaped by the way they breathed. Think about it. Ever noticed how fear shortens breath, making thoughts chaotic? Or how deep, controlled breathing instantly calms the mind? Breath isn't just automatic, it's programmable. The ancient yogis knew this, using specific rhythms to command their body, mind, and external world. With the right technique, they accessed realms of awareness most people don't even know exist. This isn't some mystical fairy tale. It's practical science lost to time, and now as modern science catches up, it's proving what these sages knew all along. Breath is the control panel of consciousness. But breath mastery isn't just about control. It's about unlocking the energy pathways within, and that's where pranayama comes in. 2. Pranayama and the awakening of dormant energy. Inside every human body, 72,000 energy channels, nadis, flow like invisible rivers, but most are clogged with stress, toxins, and mental noise. Ancient yogis discovered that controlled breathwork, known as pranayama, could purify these channels, allowing prana to flow freely. When this happens, something extraordinary begins, an awakening of dormant energy that most people never tap into. The key: mastering the power of breathing to unlock the full potential of the mind and body. One of the most powerful techniques they practiced was nadi shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. By simply switching the breath between nostrils in a rhythmic flow, they balanced the brain's hemispheres, sharpened focus, and dissolved emotional blockages. This wasn't just relaxation. It was an alchemical process designed to clear the pathways for higher consciousness. With daily practice, the mind becomes still, energy surges, and an unshakable sense of clarity emerges. At the base of the spine lies a coiled force, Kundalini. Most people never experience its rise, but pranayama acts as a key to unlock this raw potential. As breath deepens and the nadis clear, Kundalini stirs, moving upward like a serpent, activating levels of awareness that turn ordinary perception into something extraordinary. Yogis who achieved this state spoke of heightened intuition, spontaneous insights, and even glimpses of the unseen fabric of reality. But let's be clear, this isn't about chasing mystical experiences. It's about accessing a deeper state of presence and power. The breath is the bridge between physical and spiritual reality, and those who master it gain control over both. And when breath is mastered, something else begins to happen. Abilities that seem superhuman start to emerge. 3. Ziddis, the superhuman abilities of breath masters. Imagine unlocking abilities that most would call impossible, shrinking your body, expanding your energy field, or even levitating. Ancient yogis believed that siddhis, or superhuman powers, could be accessed through breath mastery. They weren't superheroes in capes, but humans who had gained such control over their prana that they could bend the rules of what we think is real. These powers, as described in the Yoga Sutras, came from reaching deep states of breath-induced awareness. Take, for example, the ability to become light as a feather. Through breath control and intense concentration, yogis entered altered states where the mind detached from physical limitations. This allowed them to experience levitation, something that sounds wild, but was well documented in ancient texts. It wasn't magic. It was the result of mastering the subtle connection between breath, energy, and matter. Their breath wasn't just air, it was their power source. Siddhis weren't about showing off or gaining fame. In fact, most yogis warned against getting attached to these abilities because they were simply side effects of spiritual evolution. What mattered most was the state of mind behind the powers, a state rooted in inner stillness and higher consciousness. When the breath is fully controlled, the mind becomes like a calm lake, reflecting reality as it truly is, not as we imagine it to be. That's when the real magic happens. But let's get practical. You don't need to levitate to feel the impact of breath mastery. Even small shifts, like slowing your breath during stressful moments, can change your state of mind and boost your energy. And as breath slows, something else happens. A gateway to higher dimensions starts to open. 4. Entering the void. Breath as a gateway to higher dimensions. There's a space beyond thought, beyond time, beyond the noise of everyday life. The ancient yogis called it sthirya, a state of pure stillness where the mind dissolves and awareness expands into infinity. But here's the secret. The key to entering this void isn't complex rituals or years of meditation. It's breath. More precisely, it's the slowing and stilling of breath until the boundary between self and the universe disappears. Think about when you're deeply focused or lost in a moment. Breath naturally slows and time seems to stretch. Now, imagine taking that to an extreme where breath becomes so subtle that thoughts vanish, leaving only pure consciousness. This is how yogis accessed higher dimensions, slipping beyond physical reality into a space where they could experience the fabric of existence itself. In this void, the illusion of separation fades and only presence remains. Many spiritual traditions speak of the void, calling it enlightenment, nirvana, or divine union. But in practical terms, reaching it means mastering the art of effortless breathing. Some use extended breath retentions, where the gap between inhales and exhales stretches longer and longer. Others practice silent, almost imperceptible breathing to slip into this expansive awareness. It's a doorway anyone can walk through, but only if they have the patience to sit in stillness and surrender. Here's where it gets interesting. Those who reach this breath-induced void don't just experience peace, they return changed. Their perception sharpens, their presence deepens, and they begin to see reality through new eyes. And once breath and awareness are stabilized in this space, something profound happens. The mind, body, and reality itself start syncing in ways most people never realize are possible. 5. The profound link between breath, mind, and reality. Breath isn't just fuel for the body, it's the remote control for the mind. Every emotion, every thought, every reaction is tied to how we breathe. When breath is fast and shallow, the mind races, anxiety spikes, and decisions become reactive. But when breath slows, awareness expands, emotions stabilize, and reality bends to a new rhythm. Yogis understood this at a level modern science is only beginning to explore. Sadhguru often speaks of breath's influence on perception. At 11 breaths per minute, a person begins to sense the emotions of animals. At 9, they connect with the intelligence of the earth itself. At 7, they tap into universal wisdom. The reason? Slower breath means less mind chatter, allowing intuition and higher consciousness to emerge. This isn't theory, it's something anyone can test by simply observing their breath and noticing how their thoughts shift. The proof is everywhere. Look at a panicked person, shallow, rapid breathing. Now look at a monk, deep in meditation, slow, controlled breath. The breath doesn't just reflect the mind, it shapes it. And since the mind is what interprets reality, this means breath is directly linked to how we experience life itself. Stability in breath equals stability in emotions, in thoughts, in the entire human experience. This is where real transformation happens. If breath dictates perception, then mastering breath means mastering life. A person who controls their breath is no longer a slave to emotions, triggers, or external chaos. And as breath stabilizes, another shift takes place, one that breaks the chains of negative programming and unlocks true inner power. 6. Breaking negative programming and reclaiming inner power. Most people don't realize they've been breathing wrong their entire lives. Conditioned by stress, fear, and a fast-paced world, their breath has become shallow, erratic, and weak, trapping them in cycles of anxiety and limitation. The mind mirrors the breath, so when breath is chaotic, thoughts follow. But here's the game changer. By consciously slowing and deepening the breath, anyone can break free from negative programming and reclaim their inner power. Imagine someone stuck in a loop of stress, work deadlines, financial worries, constant pressure. Their breath barely reaches their diaphragm, reinforcing tension in the body and mind. Now picture them shifting to slow, controlled breathing, letting each inhale expand the belly and each exhale release tension. Within minutes, their nervous system resets, stress hormones drop, and a sense of clarity emerges. This isn't just relaxation, it's rewiring the subconscious. The trick isn't forcing deep breaths, it's allowing breath to find its natural rhythm. One of the simplest, yet most effective techniques is the 4 to 7 to 8 method. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Repeating this for just a few minutes can dissolve anxiety, reset the nervous system, and shift the body into a state of calm power. The key is consistency. Breathwork isn't a one-time fix, but a daily practice for lasting transformation. When breath becomes steady, external chaos loses its grip. Thoughts slow down, emotions stabilize, and a new sense of control emerges. This is how great leaders, monks, and warriors have trained their minds for centuries. But breath control isn't just about peace, it's about optimizing the body itself. And that brings us to an often overlooked factor, how we breathe through the nose versus the mouth. 7. The power of proper breathing, nose versus mouth, and posture alignment. Breathing isn't just about getting oxygen, it's about how you take it in. Mouth breathing is a silent killer, draining energy, weakening immunity, and even reshaping the face over time. Ancient yogis knew that nasal breathing was key to maintaining health, sharpening the mind, and channeling energy efficiently. The nose isn't just a passage for air, it's a filter, a humidifier, and a gateway for prana, the life force that fuels higher consciousness. Look at elite athletes, monks, or anyone who exudes calm power. They breathe through their nose. Why? Because nasal breathing activates the diaphragm, ensuring deep oxygen intake, while mouth breathing leads to shallow chest breaths, triggering stress responses. Studies even show that chronic mouth breathing reduces lung capacity and increases anxiety. Simply switching to nasal breathing can enhance focus, endurance, and overall vitality. But breath isn't just about the nose. It's about posture, too. The spine plays a critical role in energy flow, acting like an antenna for divine consciousness. Slouching compresses the lungs, blocks prana, and weakens the nervous system. Proper alignment, straight spine, open chest, relaxed shoulders, allows breath to flow effortlessly, optimizing physical and mental performance. Yogis weren't just sitting tall for aesthetics, they were tuning their bodies like instruments for peak efficiency. The combination of nasal breathing and posture alignment creates a state of inner stability, making it easier to control emotions, think clearly, and access deeper states of awareness. But to truly harness this power, there's a simple, structured way to practice. A 5-step method tested for centuries that rewires the mind and body for conscious evolution. 8. The 5-step void state protocol for conscious evolution. Mastering breath isn't just about feeling calmer, it's about stepping into a whole new state of being. Yogis developed a simple yet powerful protocol to enter the void, the space where thought slows, awareness expands, and reality itself becomes more malleable. The beauty of this method? Anyone can practice it no matter their background. It's not about belief, it's about experience. And when done consistently, the shift is undeniable. Step 1. Set a timer for 20 minutes. This prevents the mind from constantly wondering, how long has it been? Step 2. Sit with a backrest. This isn't about forcing a rigid posture, but ensuring the spine stays naturally aligned, allowing energy to flow without obstruction. Step 3. Watch the breath. No need to control it, just observe. With time, breath naturally slows, thoughts quiet, and awareness deepens. Step 4. Embrace stillness. The mind will resist, throwing distractions and discomforts your way. That's normal. The key is not to fight it, but to allow it, like watching clouds drift by without getting caught in them. Step 5. Practice every morning, ideally after a cool shower. The cold water resets the nervous system, making it easier to enter a state of heightened presence. Do this for 40 days, and the results will speak for themselves. This isn't just another meditation technique, it's a recalibration of the entire system. The more consistently it's practiced, the more profound the effects. Old mental patterns fade, clarity increases, and a deep connection to reality emerges. But the real magic happens when this awareness moves beyond practice and into everyday life, when every breath becomes a step toward conscious creation. If you want to elevate your vibrations and manifest with more ease, I have prepared something special for you. Click the link in the first pinned comment and join us in the journey of awakening your inner mage.